This is an ortho-K case with a monovision patient. It looks like we're fitting only the left eye, and the target here was to be slightly undercorrected for better reading, but the post-wear refraction is coming out close to plano. Looking at the initial topography, I notice it's a little bit unusual. It got some inferior steepening. The history says this patient has not worn contacts in the past, so this is not something from molding from a soft toric or multifocal or anything like that. So I don't know if this is, maybe there's a little bit of PK that's getting in there, or if this truly is the corneal topography, but it's a little bit unusual, and granted the patient is presbyopic, and so with corneoctasias, it's unusual for this to change, but I would definitely keep a close eye on this patient just because of the slightly unusual presentation. You can see how it's kind of transferred over to the post-wear topography. We're definitely getting significant inferior steepening post-wear. So just as an aside, I would definitely keep a close eye on this patient and make sure from a corneal standpoint that nothing bad is happening. So now I'm going to bring up the lens. This is the initial lens that was designed and dispensed, and the design looks good. The only problem we're having is we're aiming for a -50 residual refraction. We're getting close to plano. The cylinder, most of it remains. I believe the post-wear refraction was plano -1 at the same axis, and I'm assuming that we want a little bit of residual with the role of astigmatism to help with the reading. So I'm working under the assumption that -50 sphere remaining, along with a little bit of residual cylinder, will be enough for good near vision for this patient. So the good thing about this case is it won't be too complicated to adjust. Two things I would do. First is to reduce the topo demand. So we're at about a 1.24 now, and if we're achieved plano sphere, and at least spherically plano, but we want -50, so what we want to do is just reduce demand here about half a diopter and drop this down to about 0.75. So in 100% mode, over at the red dot, we're just going to reduce this until about 0.75. And then the other thing I'm going to do is in 25% mode, go through the different meridians and make sure I am indeed close to 75 in most, in all of them actually. And it looks like we are pretty good. 71's farthest. If we go up, oh, that's a little bit closer to 75 than 71 was, so I think I'll do that in the other meridians. Okay. Okay, I'm going to switch back to 100% mode. The other thing I noticed from the post-wear topography is we're not getting really good seal off here superiorly. It could be the lens is being drawn downward a little bit, and it's tilting up and not forming a good seal here, especially with lower amounts of demand or power. Oftentimes you will not see a very good seal off, which is okay as long as the vision is fine. But in this case, I don't think it's a bad idea to maybe bear down just a little bit more, so 2 clicks down in the periphery to see if we can really get this lens to land down nicely and give us a more solid seal peripherally. So I've decreased the sag peripherally 2 clicks, and then I've also brought down the demand to about 0.75. This should leave your patient with a little bit more residual myopia and take care of those near complaints. So hope this helps, and good luck with this patient.